So we had Tom Curran of NBC Sports Boston on this program about, I would say, a month ago. Maybe even longer than that, before the new league year was about to begin, and a lot of talk about how the Patriots and Mac Jones weren't on the same page, and Mac was critical, as we all know, last year of the way the offense was being run, and many people critical of the way that the offense was being coached. Chris Brockman being one of them, and then Bill O'Brien's being brought in to run the offense now, and he gets the role of offensive coordinator, which is something Belichick throws around like manhole covers. And Curran said, no way is Mac Jones going to get traded this year. And the reason why is because Bob Kraft loves him. Mm-hmm. And that's why Bill O'Brien was brought in, and that's why Kraft kind of orchestrated that as the owner of the Patriots, as is his want and also right. And Tom was very resolute in that, and he knows of what he speaks. And the fact that this report came from Florio of Pro Football Talk isn't to say that Tom doesn't know what he's talking about, but it is certainly at odds that Mike Florio is saying, according to many of his sources, purse sources, Patriots and Belichick have been shopping Mac Jones around. And that's what we call an eyebrow raiser.
Are you really that surprised?
I am, Suze, because where else are they going to go? Who else are they going to get? Jimmy G. Like, if you trade him and you then sign Jimmy G back, got it. You trade him and then you jump on Derek Carr, got it. You trade him and jump on, I don't know, Baker Mayfield. I'm just throwing some names of some free agents out there. Those guys are all signed. I mean, and if you trade him now, again, the fact that he's still with the team doesn't mean that he's going to be traded, but it's entirely possible. According to Florio, the team's purse source with knowledge of the situation, Belichick has shopped Jones to multiple teams during this offseason. The full list of potential destinations isn't known. The teams mentioned as potential destinations were the Raiders. They signed Jimmy G. The Texans, who have the second overall pick. Clearly, that's where they're going to go. The Buccaneers, who signed Baker, and Commanders, who are seemingly resolute on signing Sam Howell. Now, if there's one individual who might be sitting up in his chair today, hearing this news, like, oh, okay, let's put two and two together. If you're interested in trading Mac Jones, if you're not sold on sticking with him, that person's name is Meek Mill. Because Meek is the one who told Bob Kraft,
what's wrong with you?
Lamar Jackson's interested in playing for you. And we're all assuming Bill immediately squelched that idea. But maybe, just maybe, let's traffic in this thing. Maybe, just maybe, Bill hasn't squelched it. Maybe, just maybe, on the list of teams that we put in front of you, our Roku channel viewer and terrestrial radio listener and or Sirius XM and Odyssey listener, podcast listener, everybody who takes in this show, as soon as Lamar Jackson slapped with the franchise tag, we put out there for you the way we saw the market. Teams that can't go for him because they don't have 2 first-round draft choices in consecutive drafts. Teams that do need a quarterback. Teams that absolutely do not need a quarterback. Chiefs and Eagles were on that list. And then there was that list of teams that would blow your mind if they went for him. Mm-hmm. And we had on that list the New England Patriots.
They're there.
And I'm dipping my toe in the water. Is what is absolutely going to be coming out of this report from Florio is that if they're not completely sold, married to, they kick tires on trading away Mac Jones, then why not this guy? And why not?
Maybe, just maybe, Belichick took the steps down on Steph's beach, walked, pondered,
Look at you.
thought about it.
Look at you with the Nantucket
Uh-oh.
reference.
Maybe he sat there thinking, I got to shake things up.
Staring out into the
Staring
Atlantic
out
Ocean.
into the gray waters.
Into the gray waters and thinking, maybe McDaniels will take Mac Jones
Like Ahab before him.
for that 7th overall pick. I don't even know what he would ask for. Of course, the Raiders are like, yeah, no thanks. Of course, the Texans are like, yeah, no thanks. 2nd overall pick. I mean, that's no way. But the connective tissue's right there. Nick Casario sitting there in Houston. McDaniels sitting there in Las Vegas. Bill has those phone numbers.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Wow. That one was quite an eyebrow archer, you know, where if they were thinking of doing it, are they still thinking of doing it? And if so, when?
Who was the player this week? And I'm spacing because that's what I do. Who tweeted out to Lamar like,
Asante Samuel said you don't want a piece of Bill, and then Matthew Judon retweeted it saying it's changed. Don't listen to him.
Right.
Things are good around here.
Mind your business.
Yeah, mind your business, Asante. Butt out. Just because you and Bill had beef doesn't mean like Lamar will have anything but filet mignon here.
I like
you had
this.
beef, Lamar can have filet mignon.
People stop thinking they can read Belichick's mind. I like it. Something's
Nobody
brewing.
can.
I like it.
Nobody can.
I'm here for it.
We just all assume Meek Mill calls Robert Kraft, and I was saying, hey, Lamar should just call Bill himself. Call Bill himself. You always tell me, you want somebody, you call that person. You want to do something, you call that person. We say that to each other all the time. Hey, you want to do something, you call that person. Don't wait for someone else to do it for you. You should call. Why do you have Meek Mill, like kind of passing Robert Kraft a note in 3rd grade science saying, if you want me, check this box. Just call Bill and say, there is a box. I will check it for you. It's called the Lombardi after Brady. You know? And I thought, like, that's not your best way to put your best foot forward is have Bob Kraft call up Bill. Hey, Bill, you know I heard from today? Meek Mill. And Meek told me.
Hey, Bill, it's RKK. M Squared called me.
Yeah, right.
And I had an idea.
Meek told me about Lamar, and I'm just saying, do with it what you'd like. But to me, Lamar should just call up Bill and say, look, let's talk. I could do this for you. And today is when he should do it. Just read. If it's true and you're not sold on your guy, let's figure it out. Maybe you send Mac to Baltimore and Baltimore sends Lamar here. You swap draft choices and we're done. There's no offer sheet involved. Let's go. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern for free.